Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest round of immigration updates from Toronto in Canada. My name is Srijana and I am the AGV licensed advisor based out of Toronto, and I'm going to give you a quick wrap of everything immigration in Canada. Canada continues to ban all non-essential travel with all countries, including the USA. And the ban for now is up to the 21st of July. So all non-essential travel has basically been banned, and this is keeping in mind the health and safety of people in Canada, and only travelers who are already permitted to travel under various exemptions can come in. But by and large, there is a complete ban on non-essential travel until the 21st of July. The Public Safety Minister of Canada, Honourable Mr. Bill Blair, made this announcement, and he was basically trying to protect the health and safety of everyone who is already in Canada. The second announcement is that the government specified hotel quarantine has now been stopped. Travelers coming into Canada, whoever's permitted to enter Canada, will still need the 72-hour prior to travel 72-hour negative PCR test. Once in Canada, they will also have to do a COVID negative test, and they have to quarantine until those test results are made available. But travelers can choose to quarantine at a spot that they choose, and the government specified or mandated hotel quarantine rule has now been lifted, and therefore that's not going to be required. But even fully vaccinated travelers will need to travel under one of the various exemptions that have been listed on the Government of Canada website, and therefore by and large travel into Canada still remains difficult, and the government is basically not allowing anybody who doesn't have the emergency or the exigency to travel to Canada. With regards to express entry, June of course saw two draws. We've seen two express entry draws in the month of June. The first one happened on the 9th of June. The one on the 9th of June was a PNP draw, and 940 invitations were given out, and the least CRS score was 711. If you've been following me, if you know anything about immigration to Canada at all, you will know that with a PNP nomination, you get 600 additional points, and therefore the elevated score of 711. Immediately a day after, which is on the 10th of June, there was a CEC draw, a Canadian Experience Class draw. The Canadian Experience Class requires you to have at least 1 year of work experience in Canada. That's the number one prerequisite for the CEC draw. So the 10th of June saw a CEC draw. 6,000 invitations were given out, and the least CRS score was 368. This is a significantly low CRS score, and as we've been talking and as I've been saying in all of my updates and live sessions, the draws have been oscillating between PNP and CEC, and the Government of Canada is trying to as much facilitate long-term stay for people who are already here in Canada. And that's because they haven't really been able to bring people from around the world and sort of bring the creme de la creme of workers from around the world, and therefore TR to PR continues to be the favored pathway at the moment. So anybody who's already in Canada does have a fantastic chance of getting residence with a CRS score as low as 368. A lot has been going on in the PNP space. On the 15th of June, Saskatchewan had their round of invitations. So 225 invitations were given out. 103 were under the express entry subcategory, and 152 were under the occupations in demand subcategory. All applicants required an EOI score of at least 82 under the Saskatchewan Express Entry program. Eligible candidates needed to have an ECA, an educational credential assessment, and they also needed to have work experience in one of the 55 in-demand occupations listed on the government website. So if you're curious about what these 55 listed occupations are, you can go to the provincial website, Saskatchewan website, and they'll have the 55 occupations in demand listed. Okay, on the 15th of June, BC also had a tech draw, and 72 invitations were given out as part of this draw, and they were given to people under two categories: skilled worker category and international graduates. All right, and the least profile score was 80. under the BC PNP system. BC has been extremely active in the PNP space, and so far they've invited 5,321 applicants to apply for residence under the BC PNP program. BC also had a tech pilot that was introduced about 4 years ago. It was supposed to be, a temporary program that was supposed to fill the talent void in the tech space in BC. But the BC Tech program has now become a permanent sort of migration pathway. And for this to be eligible under this particular pathway, you have to have at least 12 months of experience in the 29 eligible occupation list. So again, if you want to know about the 29 eligible occupations, you can go to the BC provincial website, and they'll have it all listed there. Manitoba has also been fairly active in the provincial nomination space. On the 17th of June, Manitoba invited people under 3 different streams. The first one was the skilled worker in Manitoba stream. So 95 invitations were given out with the EOI score of 430. The second stream was skilled workers overseas stream. This saw a lower number, 24 invitations given out with an EOI score of 703. And in the international education stream, 29 invitations were given out, and there was basically no EOI requirement for international students who had studied in Manitoba. All right, so that was news in the express entry and the PNP space. What about students? So for students, unfortunately, even if you do have an approval, you are unable to travel to Canada at the moment because there is a complete flight ban from, flights flying from India and Pakistan. This was announced on the 22nd of April. It continues to, hold true even now, and that ban has continued to see an extension. So at the moment, nobody is able to travel. Processing and acceptance of application is still happening, and by and large now the applications that are coming in are for the Jan-Feb 2022 intake. All right, you can still, if you're getting offers for the September-October 2021 intake, you can still put in your application, but by and large processing is happening already for the Jan-Feb 2022 intake. The COVID-19 recovery phase in Canada, well, the vaccination is, the vaccination process in Canada is happening at a very, very accelerated pace. A significant population has already had the second dose of vaccine, especially the 50 plus age group. The rest of the population all have dates for the second dose. So, and therefore, because of how the vaccination program is moving ahead, a lot of places are opening out, restaurants, retail spaces, all of it has opened up, and hopefully, slowly the travel bans, etc., will be lifted as well. With regard to when an all program draw and express entry draw is likely to happen, nobody can predict for sure, but we are all hoping that there will definitely be a draw in the second half of the year, because that allows for 6 to 7 months of processing time for PR, and then people can start coming into Canada early in 2022 when the world would hopefully have begun to fix itself. So anybody who's in the pool, I wish them all the very best. Please calculate your scores. It is a good time to get into the pool if you have any score upwards of 460. That is a good score, and therefore I wish you all the best. If you want AJB and my help in navigating the various pathways to Canada, please get in touch with us. I know it can be a convoluted and a complex process, and we're here to provide as much help and professional guidance as possible. So I wish you luck, and I will be back with my next update soon. Thank you, and stay safe, guys.